They say attraction is spoken in a language only the subconscious understands. You don't hear it. You feel it, in a lingering glance, a sudden silence, a small gesture that seems ordinary, yet isn't. But here's the truth most men never realize. When a woman is secretly obsessed with you, she rarely says it out loud. She hides it, behind politeness, logic, or even distance. Yet psychology leaves breadcrumbs. And tonight, we are decoding the hidden signs, for subtle but powerful signals that reveal when she's deeply drawn to you, even when she tries not to be. Stay with me until the end, because the final sign is the one she can't fake, and once you see it, you'll never unsee it again. Ready to decode her mind? Let's begin. Before we dive into the first sign, understand this. These aren't random habits or cute coincidences. They're rooted in psychological mechanisms, subconscious patterns the brain activates when emotional attachment and desire merge. So when you notice these signs, remember, you're not seeing what she does, you're seeing what her mind reveals. And no, it's not about her liking all your posts from 2017. That's obsession with your history, not necessarily with you. Alright, let's decode. Sign 1. The lingering glance. You notice her eyes find you, again and again. It's not accidental, and it's not friendly curiosity. Her gaze lingers, hovering in that delicate space between awareness and surrender. For a fraction of a second, her composure fades, her eyes soften, her pupils slightly widen, and time seems to slow. Then, she looks away, pretending nothing happened. But that small delay before she breaks eye contact? That's where the truth hides. It's not about the look itself, but the pause between seeing and denying what she feels. In that silence, she's betraying something her mind is trying to control. From a psychological standpoint, prolonged or repeated glances are an unconscious signal of attentional bias. Her brain is prioritizing you, even when she's not aware of it. Studies show that mutual gaze triggers oxytocin release, the same chemical tied to bonding and attraction. In other words, her body treats your presence as something intimate. Eye contact, in attraction psychology, functions like invisible touch, creating emotional closeness without physical contact. So when her eyes linger just long enough for you to notice, that's not coincidence, that's tension. It's a quiet confession, one the mouth would never dare to speak. But here's the paradox. What if she never holds your gaze at all? What if she looks away the instant your eyes meet? That might actually be the strongest sign of all. Sign 2. The avoidance game. She starts to distance herself, not in anger, but in restraint. You sense something behind her calm exterior. She avoids long conversations, changes topics when they get personal, or acts overly polite when you're around. Sometimes, she'll seem warm one day and distant the next. This inconsistency isn't disinterest, it's emotional management. You can almost feel the tension, as if she's holding back a tide of emotions she doesn't want to reveal. It's the push and pull of attraction meeting fear, a silent conflict between what she feels and what she's willing to show. According to attachment and attraction psychology, avoidance can often mask deep emotional investment. It's known as defensive detachment. When someone feels vulnerable, their subconscious may create distance to protect them from rejection or emotional exposure. In female psychology, this can appear as indifference, but beneath it, there's heightened sensitivity. Her avoidance is not about you being uninteresting. It's about you mattering too much. Her nervous system interprets your presence as both thrilling and threatening, the paradox of desire under pressure. This is why her silence sometimes feels louder than words. The more she hides, the more her emotions deepen in the shadows. Her restraint is not rejection, it's self-preservation, an internal struggle between attraction and control. But there's one behavior she can't regulate, the subtle way she begins to shape your world without even realizing it. And when that starts happening, her secret obsession becomes impossible to hide. Sign 3. The micro-influence. She begins to leave traces of herself in your world, softly, almost invisibly. She recommends a book, a podcast, or a small change in your routine. Maybe she suggests a place to eat, a song to listen to, or a film that you'd really appreciate. At first, it seems casual, friendly advice, nothing more. But soon, you realize her suggestions start shaping your choices. Her influence isn't loud or direct, it's woven in. She doesn't demand attention, she embeds herself in your daily thoughts. Each subtle suggestion becomes a tiny echo of her presence, a way for her to exist in your life even when she's not around. This pattern is known in attraction psychology as psychological imprinting. When someone feels emotionally attached, their subconscious seeks to create association. By linking pleasurable experiences, music, food, new ideas, with her presence, she's wiring your brain to connect comfort and curiosity with her. It's a bonding mechanism rooted in the dopamine system. Your brain begins to associate her with reward. This is how obsession quietly takes root, not through intensity, but through repetition. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. The mind of someone drawn to you naturally wants to belong in your story. She becomes the unseen author of small chapters in your life, influencing without authority, guiding without demand. But when emotional attachment grows stronger, the body starts to betray what the mind tries to conceal. And that's when her obsession moves from psychological to physiological. Sign 4. The physiological giveaway. Watch her closely in those unguarded moments. Her body tells the story her words never will. Her tone changes when she speaks to you, softer, slower, sometimes slightly deeper. Her pupils dilate when you're near, her breathing subtly shifts, and she might unconsciously mirror your posture or gestures. She touches her hair, her neck, or adjusts her clothing more often. These aren't deliberate attempts to attract, they're reflexes, signs that her body is reacting before her logic can intervene. You may even notice her laugh comes more easily around you, or that her energy subtly changes the moment you enter the room. In psychology, this is called autonomic activation, the body's involuntary response to emotional arousal. When a woman is secretly obsessed or deeply attracted, her sympathetic nervous system activates, heart rate increases, skin becomes more sensitive, tone shifts unconsciously. It's a physiological giveaway, not a behavioral choice. Her subconscious betrays a calm facade because attraction lives not in the mind alone, but in the body's chemistry. The more she tries to conceal it, the more these small tells slip through. This is the moment where emotion becomes physical, when her biology reveals what her pride wants to hide. You're no longer just someone she notices, you're someone her body responds to. It's the most revealing and uncontainable sign of all. But remember, one sign alone means little. It's when all these behaviors align, the glances, the restraint, the subtle influence, the involuntary reactions, that you see the truth behind her mask. Now, a word of wisdom. One sign means little. Two might hint. But when you notice a cluster, when these behaviors overlap, that's when you've entered her psychological orbit. And remember, the power of a man isn't in exploiting attraction. It's in recognizing it, and responding with respect, patience, and composure. Because obsession reveals vulnerability, and the most magnetic men are those who understand it without abusing it. If you found this breakdown insightful, then help the channel grow. Like this video to support deeper psychology content. Comment your thoughts below. I read every one. Share this with someone who values understanding over guessing. And subscribe with the bell on, because next time, we are decoding the hidden triggers that make a woman emotionally addicted to you. Until then, stay aware, stay grounded. And remember, the strongest signal is often the quietest one.